What is going on YouTube? Hidemak making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XRP to US dollar. We're also going to be looking at the current S&P 500, as well as the exchange that we use to trade XRP on, and the trade we made yesterday. But before we jump into today's episode, I do want to specifically dive into the fact that the markets are starting to continue to dip. We're seeing XRP and a lot of the other cryptocurrencies start to reverse downwards, hitting some very interesting price levels that I do want to go over and discuss with you guys. But if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. This usually does help support the YouTube algorithm. Follow me on Twitter, CryptoVOfficial. This way, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can DM me over there. Otherwise, let's jump right into today's episode. Alright guys, now before we jump into today's video, I do have a few, questions to ask you guys. You guys remember when I first started this channel? I know I have a few subscribers that remember when I first started this channel 2.5 years ago, back in sophomore year of my college dorm room. You guys remembered how I've slowly grown into what I am today. Now, I want to ask you guys, remember I was doing two things. We were doing different cryptocurrency shout outs. So basically you guys would comment down below in the description, down below in the comments, what cryptocurrency you would like to see reviewed. And then I would review it the following day. If you want to still see that, let me know in the comments down below. Obviously comment the altcoin that you want to see reviewed, and let me know if it's something you're interested in. And I also was doing vlogging in back then. I was maybe doing the first 2 or 3 minutes, 2 minutes of the videos of just what my day was, and then I'd post it. So let me know if you guys want to see that too, kind of just exploring going on the day and going from there. Let me know down in the comments down below. Otherwise, to move on to today's video, we are still doing that $200 USDT bonus giveaway. We have 5 days left. You got to be in it to win it, so definitely make sure to comment down below. We have 860 entries with 5 days left, so definitely make sure to check that out. Otherwise, moving on to today's video. Yesterday, we discussed that it's happening now. The current break in price is actually happening. And if you guys remember, we have the XRP chart right here. You guys remember yesterday, I said in the BitYard, we were using the demo account just to show you guys what it looks like to trade cryptocurrency, to trade Bitcoin, and to trade XRP. We were talking about how the XRP chart right now is showing a beautiful sign of what could be a perfect opportunity to buy in for a small short to the downside. Hopefully you guys took advantage of this. I mean, I know I did. I'm no financial advisor, but the markets were headed for a correction back down to support, so I jumped in really quick. I put out, remember, a 15 times leverage with about, I think it was $2,000 or $1,000 in it, and we shorted the price of the crypto, and we shorted it all the way down to pretty much where it is today. And I actually sold off, made I think 22% profit, $220 in potential gains. Obviously that was on the demo account, but if you guys tried this on the live version, you would capitalize off that as well. You would have made $220 in the blink of an eye in one day of trading, which is incredible if you ask me, off of $1,000. Think about how quickly that is. Normally you'd have to have $10,000 for the same trade to capitalize off $200, but we used $1,000 to capitalize off of $200. Instead of making a $20 profit, we made $200 by using leverage trading, which is incredible. It's really incredible to see how quickly you can do that. Obviously, it's higher risk. You guys have to obviously consider that. But that's why I highly recommend using BitYard. Obviously, I linked it in the description down below. It is a great way to capitalize off of investments, especially XRP. If you trade XRP or want to trade XRP, I did link it in the description down below. Not only does it help support the channel, but we have a ton of people that are signing up every day into BitYard, and it is a huge help for not only continuing to make these videos, but it is in our Patreon that we talk about all the time. So there is a big community that is using BitYard, talking about when to be buying in, when to be selling off, when to leverage trade, when to short, things of that nature, creating stop losses. All this information is published in my Patreon in reference to BitYard. So definitely make sure to check out BitYard. Obviously, if you're a little uncomfortable, you can clearly make an account and then use the demo account to test your skills. And when you feel comfortable, you can deposit money with the $50 sign-up bonus and start trading on the live version as we've been doing, capitalizing off these drops in prices. So I'm pumped. I'm getting ready for what exactly is coming. I do think that in XRP, we are going to pull all the way down to this bottom support here, closer to 23 cents. I think it's going to happen any minute now. Looking at the other cryptocurrencies, you can see first, just to backtrack, we are looking at the S&P 500. You can see it appears like we're looking at a double top here. Ultimately, what I'm anticipating to happen is something like this, where we shoot up, hit the top, break down, go up again, hit the top again, and then fall downwards. This is really what I'm looking for. If we did it more conservative, maybe something along the lines of this. Boom. But something along the patterns of this. Some sort of M formation here, recreating a double top formation. And I do believe now that we're hitting resistance and actually rejecting, we have a day and 9 hours left within this week's candle on the S&P 500. I do believe we're going to start to correct lower. And if we do correct lower, I think it's going to pull the rest of the cryptocurrencies with it. Now you can see XRP clearly here. There's a clear downtrend with 3 points of confirmation. The only thing is we're getting intertwined within our moving average, which is a good support. But the fact that we got rejected off of these resistances shows that the bears are kind of leading this market right now, and it may signal a correction for us to move a little bit lower and lower and lower. Now, obviously, you can't just go on XRP. Obviously, we just made that trade right now, and it is, fairly profitable. But looking at the other cryptocurrencies is our best estimate and understanding of where exactly these cryptocurrencies could be moving to in the near future. Now, checking out Bitcoin right here, we can see and we've noticed that there is some sort of uptrend on this crypto. How long is it going to be lasting here? Are we going to retest this once again? You can see we are trapped in a channel, a sideways channel right here. We did get very close to becoming overbought. It is possible that clearly we have bottom supports being retested back in, I would say, August. Yeah, all of August. And you can see now that we're retesting this again in October, are we going to stay above here? If we close the candle below this, there's a very high chance that we are going to swing back down to this uptrend right here, and we'll probably close somewhere along the $10,800 line. It's really just dependent on whether or not we're going to stay afloat and trade sideways within the channel, or we're going to break bearish and correct down to here. Regardless, it's really floating and waiting on a lot of these other cryptocurrencies. What's interesting too is looking at Litecoin. I mean, it's really hard to draw this out, but I mean, we could say it's like this. This doesn't look that bad. You can see a few things here. We can extend this out a little bit more too. Something like that. So you can see there's some sort of descending fractal forming on Litecoin. And if you threw Litecoin now into the mix, you are now understanding that we are hitting a top, we're hitting a roof, we're hitting the price ceiling, and it looks like the coin is going to correct lower. We'll probably reference a rejection and a correction back down to probably previous supports, which is either trading right here, I would say at $48, if not pulling all the way down to $45. There's a clear channel here. It's going to be a difficult one to draw. You'll understand the reference points. Obviously, there's support here, and then there's support here. I mean, you can even move this up again, something like that. It's definitely an interesting taste, but there's some sort of channel here where we've had resistance and support all in one. But I do believe that this coin is going to reject and correct lower. It's all dependent on where the rest of the market goes. You can see the same thing happening within Ethereum right now, as Ethereum is starting to retest its bottom support here. A lot of the other altcoins are starting to follow. My main theory, my main watch right now is on a lot of the other cryptocurrencies. You can see for the most part, we've had a good week. We've had a solid week of coins up pretty much like 15%. I mean, we started off fairly low and we've just consolidated upwards. But what you have to consider is this S&P 500. This is what I keep bringing back because of what happened back in February and March of 2020. The fact that we had this drop here and immediately the cryptocurrencies followed makes me think if we see the same drop again, which looks like is going to happen, the cryptocurrencies are going to follow through and see that resistance and see that correction. So, I mean, it's definitely hit or miss. It's up in the air. You can clearly see we do have a downtrend drawn on here. We do have resistances. You can see what happens every single time we hit that resistance. You can even see last time we had this bubble, we had a double top here. 1, 2, boom. 1, 2, what would happen is a correction. That's really what we're looking for. This is like prime time, everything in textbook, textbook double top pattern, right here. You can see exactly what it is that I'm referring to. This is the double top formation that you see all the time in cryptos. 1, 2, correct, 1, 2, correct. And it's honestly what I would say is probably going to happen to the S&P 500, and we'll see a rejection and a pull to the bottom very soon within these cryptos. So 1, 2, probably going to correct back down to at least the moving average here, at least what we did back here. That's pretty much what I'm riding on. Now, obviously, definitely make sure to sign up for BitYard, link in the description down below. Otherwise, I will see you in tomorrow's episode. Peace.